What's up, guys? Welcome to the show. Tyler's talking RC. I'm sitting here with my buddy Dean and Jeff. We got a bunch of minis in front of us today. But before we get into that, we do a quick little news. We got the upcoming events. We got February Freezer Off-Road Trophy Race, the 20th. The on-road is the 27th. And then we have a Winter Series race, also the 27th off-road. And then we got monster trucks coming March 5th, so pencil in for that one. It's pretty cool even to come down and watch. Also March, we got the 6th is an off-road March Madness trophy race. And then we got the Mini Nats the 19th, which is what we're going to be talking about today. Of course, our main thing we're going to go over today is the Mini Nats. We're going to walk you through the day, what we're looking at for schedule times, and then I got Dean's going to walk us through the classes and some of the basic rules and what we're going to be running, just to help you guys out. Hopefully answer some questions. But yeah, I'm going to toss it over to Dean. We're going to go through the cars and yeah, enjoy.
So hope you're all doing well today. As you know, I'm Dean. I'm a contributor with RC Driver. Been coming to RC Madness since April 1st, 1989, and really it's been a hot minute.
It was like the first day, yeah.
It was the first day, April 1st, 1989. I was a young chap.
I was not.
Mini racing, in my opinion, it's great because it's low cost. It gets people into this sport without breaking the bank. Thursday nights, myself and Jeff are here. While we're racing and it's competitive, we're here more or less to help you to make sure you're having a good time. And it really doesn't matter how old you are. We've got a little guy named Shane who's got to be about 8. My daughter is 9. Yeah, these are her two vehicles.
Quite a few kids.
Quite a few kids. We make sure that when we do awards, Tyler here makes the amazing awards. We always have awards for the kids. We call it the novice class. Let the adults duke it out for the other stuff. But we let the kids run with the adults because you know what? They're going to run against them eventually, and it gets them prepared for that. So
and that is a series.
Yep.
How many weeks we do that?
It's an 8-week point series. We drop the 2 lowest weeks. So if you miss 2 weeks, you got a week that you break in the main.
Yeah. We
take your 6 best weeks.
Yeah. So and great way to be a part of something and meet some cool people doing something similar that you like. Kids, adults. It's literally a class for everybody, and you can take it as far as you want. I mean, we got all Dean's and Jeff's cars, and probably not all of them, but a good majority of them. See a lot of custom stuff here, but yeah, it's a great way to come and get into racing. So
the 5 main classes rather that we race on Thursday, and which will probably be our 5 main classes at the Nationals, are Mini T 2.0 stock, Mini B stock, and then we're going to have a modified and a modified truck class, a modified buggy class, and then at either end you can see here we've got some 4-wheel drive 12 scale vehicles. You can also run 14 scale in the same class. It's a 4-wheel drive open class. So why don't we just walk you through the stock vehicles, the mod vehicles, and then the 4-wheel drive. We got something special here. We'll get a full video on coming up on the RC Driver site.
Want to talk about the box stock classes first?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, so I don't know.
All right, so
this is the stock one as well, right?
We'll do.
Yeah, that's the box stock. Yep.
Let's do the Mini T first. The Mini T first. This is my daughter's box stock Mini T.
Played the zoom-in game today.
In a box stock class, it's got to be the stock style body. This body's been painted by the one and only Bradley Farmer. He does all my painting for me. He's amazing.
Fine line, right?
Bradley Fine Line Design. One and only. If you've seen box art on a lot of Losi or Horizon vehicles, he's probably done some of it. So this vehicle, it's got a transponder in it. I've added some lead weight to it to get it a little more planted, but there are no aftermarket parts on this car other than the lead weight. It's all about tuning. So the front wheels, we put some CA glue on the sidewall of the front wheel. That allows it to push a little more in the corners. It doesn't snap roll. It's not too twitchy. Got, I think, 9 grams of weight under the front servo and then some weight behind the motor. 45 weight oil in the front, 35 weight oil in the back. And the key to really getting these to handle, Jeff and I have worked on these extensively, is getting the diff right. Clean all that stock grease out and get something really thick. Chris has it here, some old school purple grease from the original JRX2. I made a couple phone calls and found out exactly what that grease was. I bought a tube of it, and Chris has some for sale, but that purple grease, just put it on the 3 spider gears and the 2 sun gears. Nowhere else. It's going to give just enough resistance to allow it to corner without, diffing out, as they say, or over-rotating the corner.
Sure. So just this, we can check out the buggy too real quick.
Here's a stock buggy.
Same rules. Just give them a quick synopsis of what you can change. So.
Okay, so the way the rules are written, and this is a really good example of it, it says you can add colored nuts and bolts for style. This is my daughter's vehicle again, so I've got some gold anodized nuts on this, on the wheels and the shock towers, and we also have a rule for the stock classes that say 3D printed parts to add style and color are allowed, provided they do not enhance durability or performance. So, for example, we've got the pink wing dots here.
Yeah, that's the stock.
We've got the black one. Oh, sorry, Tyler. The black one up there for the stock, and then the gear cover. Jeff, 3D printer designer extraordinaire, he designed the guard over the spur gear in pink for my daughter's buggy there. So things like that are allowed. It's not enhancing performance. It's not enhancing durability. It's all about getting the vehicle to handle, and really, as Chris taught me at a young age, throttle control.
So it's just oils, grease, and aesthetic parts. As long as it's a stock body.
Yeah, and again, you can add weight, and some people have gone back and forth. Technically, if you're adding weight, you're probably going to slow your car down, but you're helping it stay planted.
Got to find the happy medium.
You got to find the happy medium.
So out of the box, bling parts are cool. Oil, grease.
Yep.
That's it.
45 weight oil in the back, generally speaking. 35 weight oil in the 45 in the front, 35 in the back.
Heavier front.
Heavier in the front.
Beautiful.
Get a transponder and you can come down and run.
Yeah,
That's all you need.
absolutely. And even we've got a lot of kids who have come the first couple weeks. Dads didn't know if their kids would like it. They ran club racing nights without transponders, and the kids were like, "This is great." So they ran for 2 weeks, and then Dad bought them transponders. So you want to come down. Your laps won't show up in the computer, but you want to get the feel for it. Come on down. We're here to help you.
Yeah, for sure.
We're here every Thursday from 7 to
10.
10.
At least, yeah.
We realize we've got some younger kids, so we try to really move the night along to be done by around 10 o'clock.
Sure. So that's the box stock class, by far the easiest one to get into.
Absolutely.
You can grab it off the counter, come down here, and race it. And then it moves up to modified, I would assume, for those two classes, the Mini T and the Mini B, which we do run separately.
We run those on the big track.
Right, we move them over here. I did do a live stream, I think last week, or the week before, so you can check that out on the channel. So we got a modified Mini T.
This is my modified Mini T. Quite a few changes to this. Let's start in the power plant. We went with the Dynamite 2-in-1 system. My opinion, the Dynamite is awesome because, again, 2-in-1, speed control and motor all together. Jeff is running an amazing Castle Creation system. Does take up a little bit more room. It's harder to get mounted, but Castle system is also really solid. But why don't we start up front on this? We've got some aluminum shocks. They're a little bit smoother. And I've got a stiff spring up front. Really enhances the performance. I've got about 50 weight oil in the front on this, 45 weight oil in the back, stock springs on the back. We're running the aluminum steering bell crank inside here, and I've got a direct arm. That is an aftermarket servo that's near bulletproof. The Echo, I forgot the Echo.
827.
827 is a really good option for a modified class.
Pretty affordable too.
Yeah, like under $20.
Yeah.
There's some people out there spending $60 on an aftermarket servo. You don't need to do that. We'll happily sell it to you. But
the EcoPower one works really well.
Yeah.
EcoPower 827. We do have them here.
Yeah. Receiver, I've just got a Spectrum 2-channel receiver, so for my steering, my throttle, and I still have my open port to plug in my transponder. Moving to the back, the game changer on this truck for the back is the MIP ball diff. If you run a modified and all that crazy power, because there is not a sealed gear diff, the MIP ball diff is the way to go.
Oh, for sure.
Once you get it set. Frank, I just wanted to try something different. What's Frank's last name?
Frank.
Aguas?
Yes.
Frank Aguas, awesome guy. He does a lot of the crawling stuff here. He designed this rear shock tower for me.
I'll zoom back in there. You see that?
Yep. The stock truck comes with the shocks to the back of the tower. He designed this for me and moved the shocks to the front. I just think it helps the truck rotate through the corners a little better, and I think Chris actually has some of these in stock for sale.
I believe we do.
And again, Jeff designed the top gear cover for me to keep the wires out of the spur and pinion.
Yeah, it looks nice. I also got the MIP drive shafts in there as well.
MIP top shaft.
We got aluminum knuckles.
Yep. Those are hot racing aluminum knuckles. Chris has those in stock.
And some added weight in there too.
Yep. And again, I got a weight plate under the servo. I've got weight behind the motor.
So it's really pretty much all off-the-shelf items.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy here. We got a couple 3D printed parts, but like Dean said, I think we have these available in the shop anyway. The MIP stuff, I know we're a little light on right now. They were out of stock. I was trying to get some stuff, but hopefully for the Nats, we will have some.
Props to MIP. They're sending a very generous prize package for the Mini Nationals. So
MIP, always awesome. Good stuff.
We'll go through the list. Hopefully I can remember it all of all the sponsors, but MIP sent a very generous prize package for the event.
MIP always helping us out. Shout out to them.
Yep.
So that's a Mod T.
Yep.
And then
why don't you take the Mod B, Jeff?
We got Mod B.
I've been doing all the talking here.
Jeff, you can do a plug too. Jeff's got his own 413
Yep,
RC,
413
right?
RC on YouTube.
Check him out.
So this is Dean's Mod
Zoom in for me.
Mini B.
Watch out.
I've been running it the last few weeks, and
Pretty similar electronic wise, yeah.
Yep.
Yep, same Dynamite 2-in-1 system in there. I really like these. It definitely frees up a lot of room in these cars.
Yeah.
There is not a lot of room underneath that body. So, what else do you have in here, Dean?
A lot of weight.
We have a lot of weight in this. We run these on the big track, so they are hitting the 10 scale jumps, and to keep them kind of flying through the air appropriately, we gotta add a lot of weight to this. So,
cut the rear wing down.
What shocks are those?
So I had some fun. Those are shocks off of a 40th edition Mini T. I literally bought a used 40th edition Mini T just because I wanted the gold shocks.
Those are limited edition 40th anniversary shocks.
Yes, and they're basically the same as the regular aluminum ones. They're
yeah.
just they look good. We've got a brass front bulkhead. I've got an aluminum brass front pivot block, aluminum top bulkhead. Brass plate under the motor, brass plate under the battery, brass under the
A lot of brass.
under the motor here, and then I have the wing cut as low as possible. Even with the slippers set almost perfect, if you yank the throttle going down the straightaway, it's pulling a wheelie, or when you're jumping it trying to clear a triple, it's going to be like a kite if you don't have the weight proper and the wing trimmed down.
Do we have any footage of it running on any channel?
You've got to have some footage of it somewhere. I know.
I definitely do.
Yeah.
On your channel?
Yeah.
Yeah, check out Jeff's channel footage running this car. He said he's got some videos on there. So probably got a lot more Mini running on there too, right?
Yeah. Couple other things about this buggy. It's got the full assortment of MIP drivetrain options.
Yep.
Again, the diff is a must-have. The only other absolute must...
The slipper as well. We forgot about the slipper.
Yeah, the slipper. It smooths out the acceleration. They use different slipper pads as well that I think work a little better than the stock slipper pads. Game changer. Oh, we've got a video on the RC Driver channel of this car too.
Yep.
A couple videos.
Yeah,
So check out the RC Driver.
Link, all the channels down below.
These tires are an absolute must-have. Jeff and I are still working out what tires are going to work best.
Yeah.
The main track where we're going to run the Nationals, you cannot run traction compound. So foam tires might not be the best fit without traction compound.
You really don't need traction compound with these tires.
No. So
those are the
these
best.
tires are what you want for the buggy. We're still working that.
Prisms, and wedges. Yes.
Yeah.
The wedges are a must too.
Prisms and wedges, which we have here, of course. And those are JCs on the team.
These are
right?
JCs on the rear and stock
fronts.
Stock fronts. Jeff and I are still messing around with different tire combos to find out what's going to work best. But for the buggy, just get yourself a set of Pro Lines and you're going to be dialed.
Now,
This is the Pro Line body too, right?
And that's a Pro Line body there. We've got the J Concepts body on the truck. You are allowed aftermarket bodies in the mod class. So again,
something I have been asked. Now we're talking about tires. Can you run buggy tires on a truck? Mod.
Not on the front.
not on the front. That's correct.
Okay. So you can run the buggies in the...
Yeah.
I told him I don't think so.
Yeah.
But
So
I wasn't really sure.
The buggy rear tires, I think, are just a couple millimeters more narrow and a couple millimeters taller than the actual truck tires.
Yeah.
If I'm remembering correctly, we actually called out specific dimensions, and I think you can in the modified class. Again, you can't run buggy front tires on a truck, and you can't run truck front tires on a buggy. But if you're running the truck, you can run a variety of, and the buggy for that matter, the varieties that fit appropriately.
I think the big one would be the stock buggy tires. The rear tires are not allowed on the stock truck.
And stock
They
classes
are slightly different.
The box stock.
Yeah,
class.
and
They're
the box
slightly
stock
different.
classes, it's box stock. Yes, you can buy new tires if yours wear out, but truck tires on a truck, buggy tires on a buggy.
Makes sense. I just got asked that one the other day. So I
No,
thought
it's a
I'd bring
good
it up.
question. And again, we got the 3D printed wing dot from Jeff.
Very nice. What else we got? I think that's pretty much everything we got going on mod right there. We got the Dynamite, Eco Power, Spectrum.
Yep.
Shout out MIP.
MIP.
Yeah, lots of good stuff going on in
Why
this.
don't we try to go over some of the sponsors before we get to the last major class? And there's some other classes too.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Losi. They are our headlining sponsor. Going to be sending us, from what I hear, a pretty nice prize package. We've got Dynamite, we've got Spectrum, Proline, AKA, J Concepts, LC Racing.
Proline.
Did I say Proline?
I don't
Proline?
know.
It's all good. I'm going to miss a few. It's not personal. J Concepts, LC Racing. I think they sent 4 or 5 kits. We're going to go over an LC Racing vehicle momentarily.
Dynamite was on there. I know that.
Dynamite.
What else was on there? Castle.
Castle Creations has always been great to us. Shout out to Joe at Castle Creations. Fly Sky is sending some stuff. On the mini crawler side, FureTech is going to be sending some stuff. We'll talk about that at a later date.
Yeah, we're gonna have a separate podcast show, so stay tuned for that one. We'll talk about minis and 10 scales. But yeah, we didn't leave out the crawlers, guys. Don't worry. We're gonna circle back to that one.
So I'll send Tyler over a list. We'll put all over in the comments below all the sponsors, because the sponsors really make this special. These guys can attest to. We had so many door prizes last year.
Check out the Mini Nats Facebook page. We got a
Yeah.
Facebook group going.
Absolutely.
We got a flyer on there, all the sponsors, dates, times, the whole thing. We're going to talk about that, of course, but check out the Mini link down below. Mini Nationals group, right?
Mini Off-Road Nationals Facebook group.
Gotcha. Link down there anyway. Check it out. Like, share. So yeah, all the sponsors will be on there. And then we got one more class, and then I just want to walk through the day a little bit.
Absolutely.
It's going to go down. So
we'll have Jeff start this one with his, then I'm going to go over to this one here.
gotcha.
All right, so this is the LC12B1. We got in a ton of these at RC Madness.
And more on the way.
And more on the way. This is completely stock as it comes out of the box, besides all the 3D printed parts on here. The kits come with a ESC motor and servo. All you need is a receiver and battery, and you're ready to go.
Yeah. They're like...
It is a kit. You got to build it.
$270?
$270 add a battery and radio.
To
You
be
can't
honest,
beat that.
This is for the size of the car, and we run these on the big track, and they honestly handle the track perfectly fine. If you want to get into racing and you can't quite go full boat 10 scale, these are an awesome option, because for basically $300 minus a radio and battery, you're ready to have a raceable car.
Justin was saying that their lap times are comparable to a 13.5 four-wheel drive.
They're plenty fast. Like I said, they handle the big track fine. I mean, they cruise, and they're wicked fun to drive. Parts are pretty cheap. We are stocking up on parts quite a bit now.
Just placed a pretty big order.
Yeah, so we'll have those coming in. So if you're thinking about getting into racing, but you're not sure, maybe it's a little expensive, this, that, these things are awesome. And it comes with, it's like one of the only kits that comes with almost everything you need to run the car, too.
Yeah, you do need to get yourself the shock oil when you buy it, and the diff oils, but again, it's $280. Tyler said $300. By the time you get your glue and your oils,
it's really not a cheaper way to get into...
Well priced.
Yeah, I don't know what I was going to call it, like modified. It's not quite 10 scale, but it handles like a 10 scale, basically, is what I'm trying to get at.
So over here,
Dean's got something.
This is a project I've been working on with RC Driver. Jeff has been a huge help. This is a 12 scale buggy. There are no other vehicles in this class, really. And I was like, I've got a Mini 8, I've got a Mini 8T. I can take a couple parts from this, a couple parts from that, and make a 12 scale buggy. So what I did, I took a Mini 8 buggy front end, a Mini 8 buggy back end, and I put it on a Mini 8T chassis. And then the only other part that didn't line up was the steering, so I took a Mini 8DB steering link and put that in, and it was I'm like, I got the wheelbase. I got the length. I've got the wheelbase. I've got the width. It's spot on. The only area lacking, we didn't have a body. And the side guards, the Mini Desert Buggy ones didn't work quite right. And the Mini 8T ones weren't quite right. So Jeff, he designed, we got a schematic, and he edited it out and made some side guards. We do have to widen them up about a couple millimeters. And you can see we Velcroed on. We went with a Fat Bodies Shark body over here.
So
Sneak
weird.
that in there.
Ooh.
Painted by Bradley Farmer for Inline Design. And then a couple more 3D printed parts. We got the 3D printed side pods. We're using a full low profile 10 scale servo with a 3D printed mount.
That's cool.
Jeff did the 3D printed wing dots up top there. And then RC Madness has these in stock. This has a censored motor. It's got a 10.5 rocket censored motor. I've got a Tekin, old school Tekin speed control in there. I know a lot of guys are running the newer Hobby Wing speed controls.
That's what we had in ours, yeah.
But I really think Losi needs to make this vehicle.
It looks great. And this is...
And you drove it.
The RC Hobby at its finest. Dean making a car from nothing. Well, I said nothing.
Near nothing.
Most piecing it all together.
Yeah.
So
And a
that's
couple
pretty
shout
awesome.
outs. Some people have a difficult time. You know, this car's been discontinued for a little while.
Sure.
Extreme Racing, they are really great people. Extreme Racing, you can still get the carbon fiber front tower, the carbon fiber back tower, still get the carbon fiber battery strap, and I've even got the carbon fiber mud guards in the back, even though it's not going to be getting muddy here.
Yeah, those are cool. They look cool anyway.
So again, if you're going on secondary markets like eBay or your local hobby shops, you can still get most of the stuff, but this thing on the track, you've driven it, Tyler Prince-Valley's driven it, Jeff has driven
It's
it.
awesome.
It's pretty awesome. And there's going to be a full video of this once our editing is done.
Very soon.
We've already recorded all of our B-roll footage, all our studio footage and running footage. Probably by Friday, we're going to have the full video of this thing out. And I hope Losi is listening, because this thing would be absolutely a beast.
Yeah, this thing is awesome. I did drive it, and to be honest, they handle like 10 scale cars pretty much, if not a little better, to be honest with you.
Because they're just great.
Yeah, so as far as the rocket motor and the speed control stuff, I had a video with Justin's car, which has the rocket motor and a Hobby Wing speed control, so you can check that out. And of course, Dean is going to have his video coming out. Is it going to be on your channel?
It's going to be on
It's going to be in the RC Driver channel.
The Driver
Special
channel.
thanks to Jeff, though.
Yeah.
413RC.
Yeah, definitely check out the Driver channel, like and subscribe. Great content coming from him. But yeah, this car is awesome. So these two are going to be in the four-wheel drive modified class, which is going to be sweet. So if you don't have one, definitely get one together and build it, because it's going to be awesome.
We'll try to live stream a little bit of it tomorrow night as well.
Yeah, I'll try. I actually just got the cable, so
Nice.
should be good. But yeah, that's awesome. So that's the majority of the major classes.
We're going to have a Mini Monster / Truggy class, so like the Mini 8T or a Mini Losi LST, Mini E-Revo, those would all run together in that class. And then we're going to do a Mini Short Course Open class, all scales. And then probably one of the more fun classes, I didn't bring it, we're going to have a vintage class for like original Mini Ts.
Oh, nice.
That was cool last year.
Yeah. I'm working on getting a vehicle that I want to run. I'm going to try to keep some suspense there. I usually don't run the big races. Working on getting a vehicle there. And again, it's all about the fun factor. You know, come down, have fun. We're like a family. If you break, almost everyone's like, what part do you need? And, if we've got a lot of new kids, some of them are really young and the parents don't know.
Yep.
Myself, Jeff, Bart, we all step up to try to help out.
Yeah, for sure.
And others. I don't want to.
And others. Can't be naming names. Can't
Right.
name them all. Yeah, it's great. We'll be stocked up in the hobby shop too, so don't be worried about that. I mean, for the vintage cars, you may want to bring your own parts a little bit.
Right.
It's all new stuff that we got, but anyway.
That'll be an open class, right?
Yeah, the vintage, so it's 18 scale, 2-wheel open vintage, so it's got to be a rear motor car.
So maybe that's where 3D printers come in.
3D printers come in handy. If you know someone like Jeff, I've got a 3D printer, although I don't design parts. Chris has got some 3D printed parts for the Mini T 1.0 behind the counter.
Yep.
And Thingiverse can be your friend. Thingiverse has got lots of files.
We got a ton on the LC.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he's been going crazy. Check out these tires real quick. We kind of glazed.
Yeah,
over the
talk about
tires.
those tires, Jeff.
Yeah, go ahead. Zoom
Jeff
in on
designed his own tires.
Check these out, guys.
So these are PLA rims with a TPU style filament for the tire. Let's see if I can zoom in. There we go. And I've been trying to figure out a tread pattern that'll hook up on the track.
Awesome.
You know, this is my 4th rendition. I got some spikes on the front, and the back I got a lot of little nubs and stuff like that. You know, this is my 3rd week of bringing a different set and trying it on the track. So if you see some red rims out there, these are 3D printed. This is a
pretty
3D,
durable, too.
Yeah, this is a 3D printed mount for the Insta 360 Go 2.
Great camera.
I use it for all my RC stuff. I don't know if you want to touch on it, but there's mounts out there. This is one on Thingiverse. Mounts right up to the back shock tower. These cameras are awesome. They don't add a lot of weight. They only weigh like 30 grams, so it's not going to throw off any weight distribution when you're trying to race. So
That's awesome.
I love it. The footage is awesome. Everyone always asks how you do it, and it looks like there's a little minion on the back of the car there. So
It is kind of fun.
going for a ride, but yeah, they're
Definitely
fun.
Print it in yellow.
Yeah,
That would be cool. That would be cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. And then for those of you that don't know the materials, it's actually like soft rubber.
Yep.
It's
The
pretty-
tires
it's pretty
are
cool.
the tires are actually flexible like a real tire. It's
Yeah.
Bert bought that material, right?
Yep. It's called, I think it's called Ninja Flex or something.
Yep.
And
It's awesome.
you know, just experimenting. That's a lot of the fun with the 3D printers and RC cars. People
It's the
are,
hobby, man.
you know, if you can't find a part, you just
Make it.
design it, print it.
I love this.
So Jeff and I have messed around with what was the first program we used? The more complex one.
Oh,
Fusion.
Fusion.
We
yeah.
tried Fusion. Great program, really complex. Jeff, Tinkercad. You can do almost anything in Tinkercad, and it's pretty simple to use, and it's free. So if you've got some basic skills and some patience, you can probably design a part you need.
Yep. Wish I paid more attention in college because I'd be a real whiz with 3D printing. But
Hey, you're doing pretty good. It's awesome, man. Well, yeah. So
Let's talk about the day.
let's talk about the day. So yeah. So it's going to be a 2-day event. So we're just going to kind of walk you through start to finish briefly, just so you got an idea of what is going on. I don't know. You want to start Friday or Saturday?
What was Thursday night? We're gonna have our regular
Oh,
club
Thursday.
racing.
Okay.
So Thursday night we'll have regular club racing. Starts at 7:00. Usually done by 10:00. We might have a few extra people there because it is the weekend of the Nationals. We're probably going to change the track on Wednesday night. Tonight's Wednesday, and you're changing the track.
Yeah, we generally change it Wednesdays. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll probably change the track Wednesday. Have club racing Thursday. Open practice Friday.
Okay.
All on the big track. So on club racing nights, the small track we race stock, the big track we race modified. This way people can still practice on either track in between the rounds. For the big race, for the Nationals, everything's going to be on the big track. Doors will probably open around 8:00 if I'm guessing correctly. It's what they opened last year.
Yeah, Saturday probably 8:00. Yeah.
We'll probably start qualifying at 10:30, 11:00. We'll run 3 rounds of qualifying. Throughout the day on Saturday, we're going to do the door prizes.
Okay.
So we'll do them between rounds. Who's got raffle ticket, whatever. This is the prize you won. And what we did last year, we made sure we gave away all of the kits prior to the mains. So let's just say you're running a class and you win a kit. We'll let you register. If you want it that day, we'll let you register it for free and race the mains. Start in the lowest qualifier and bump your way up. It's about having fun.
Yeah.
These sponsors, from Losi to Castle to LC Racing, J Concepts, on and on and on, have been very generous. And if you can get a part from them that you can use or a vehicle, let's have some fun.
Yeah.
So that's going to be our Saturday. Sunday's going to be a lot of fun too. Sunday we'll probably start again around 11:00. It's going to be just the mains for the off-road stuff, and also on Sunday we're going to have the Mini Crawler Comp Nationals. We got our awesome Axial SCX24 C10 here, but it doesn't have to be an Axial vehicle to compete. There's other brands out there. We're going to have 3 classes. Tyler's going to do a little bit more on that later in a separate podcast, but there's stock, mod, and extreme.
Yep. Did you end up posting those rules, or?
I have not posted them yet. I'm going to probably post them.
They'll be up shortly.
We're about a month away from the race, but there's something for everyone. And again, we're going to do, for novice, we want to take care of the kids. It's about the youngsters. We'll probably do awards for all the kids. Mm-hmm. And for all the adult classes, the main classes, we'll probably do top 3. I don't know if we've determined what we're doing for awards yet. We'll probably talk about that
Yeah.
But again, it's $25 entry fee for a 2-day race. You're not gonna find that anywhere else coast to coast. I'm sorry. And I want to thank Chris for the generosity. You know what? This is to get people into the hobby. It's got a special going on right now. Buy a stock Mini T 2.0 or a Mini B, you get a free entry to the race.
Just want to get people down and get people racing.
Come and have fun.
Yeah, that's really what it is. So it's Friday practice. Oh, excuse me. Thursday regular club racing. Friday practice. Saturday is going to be qualifying mixed with door prizes / giveaways, and then Sundays will be the mains and trophy event. And I believe we're going to do
best paint.
Best paint, yeah.
So Bradley Farmer, Bradley Fine Line Design, he is sponsoring the best paint competition. So get your airbrushes ready. We'll have awards for the top 3 best painted vehicles, and he's also painting 3 truck bodies and 3 buggy bodies as door prize giveaways.
Nice. Oh, really?
Yes.
That'd be awesome.
That's
cool.
So we'll have our own trophy for that, sponsored by Bradley.
Bradley Farmer.
So that will be awesome. So if you're on the edge about doing a cool paint job, do it.
Get some bragging rights.
Yes, because it's going to be awesome. We'll have a whole picture concourse thing.
Yep. We usually have all the vehicles line up in front of the driver's stand. We'll have Jeff is a whiz with the camera. We'll have him do some cool shots for us.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome for sure.
He'll post them on 413RC and our other sites as well.
Yeah. So that's the day. That's what our day is looking like. I don't know if you guys have anything else to add.
You know, I really just want to drive home the point. We try to keep this as much fun as possible. The stock classes have been getting bigger and bigger, especially with the kids. They're the future of this hobby. They're the future of this sport.
Yep.
What I love is, adults grumble about corner marshaling. They're the first ones out there to corner marshal. And you know what? Yep, they might not look twice before they cross the track, but their enthusiasm is what I really like.
Yeah, it's great. And literally, there's not a better way to get a kid into racing than
$150.
One of these, honestly. It's the easiest thing. You literally grab it off the counter and bring it down back. And put it on the track.
And one of us will help you get it dialed in.
You know what I mean? And then it's a good way for if your kid's on the edge about wanting to be in the hobby or not. $150, get him a car. He's out there. And maybe he's having a great time. Gets him off the TV, the video games couch.
Exactly.
There's other kids here that they can hang out with. Not even let alone kids. There's adults here for you to hang out with. Are you kidding me? And we're doing the rock crawling Thursday nights too, so you can check out a whole different side of the hobby too. There's just always something going on, and it's honestly just a really good environment. And then the mini nationals is going to be the same way. Just hopefully we get a lot of new faces too. I want to see a lot of new people running.
Hopefully we get Wesley Dennis, the Microman, coming back down.
Oh yeah, Microman. I forgot about him. That's cool.
Yep. Trying to get Joe Ford from Castle to come. Losi been talks with them about them sending some representatives down.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So all in all, should be a great time.
So drop some comments below. Myself, Jeff, or Tyler will do our very best to get back with you in a timely fashion. But again, the mini nationals, it's about having fun and helping this sport grow.
Yeah. And of course, you can call the shop with any questions. Me and Chris are always here for answering questions. And we're fully stocked up with mini B kits and mini Ts.
And we've got more 12B1s are literally on the way.
Yeah, we got more of these on the way, of course.
I will say this was my first kit that I've ever built, and it was fairly easy and painless. Dean helped me with some things I put on backwards or whatnot, but other than that, it came together.
That's another good point. Yeah.
These kits, they come with instructions, and you just kind of go through it slowly, and pay attention to where all the screws go and whatnot, and
it's another great reason to get in the hobby too. Give you some mechanical ability.
Yep, it teaches you what everything does, where it is.
Turning wrenches. I mean, a lot of this translates to things
real life
outside of the RC hobby.
Yep.
So honing in your mechanical skills is really great too, especially when you're a kid at a young age learning this stuff. Don't be scared of anything.
Yeah. I know the first thing when I show someone that's not in the hobby and they pick one of these up, they go, "Oh, it's got real shocks on it." And I go, "Yep, it's got differentials in there, gears." Like, oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I think that's going to be a show. You guys have any more?
No, just definitely drop us some comments. Come down on a Thursday night if you're local to check it out.
Yep.
If you're on the fence about attending the big race, drop us a comment below. One of us will reply to it. We'll answer any questions you have. And again, you're coming to a 2-day race, $25 for the first class, and it goes down from there. Second class costs even less. Third costs
Or else you can
even
have
less.
that much fun for $25.
Yeah, it's going to be the most fun you can have for $25. Racing RC cars coast to coast.
That's it. That's a good one. I think we'll end it right there.
Yeah.
That's it. All right, guys.
Thanks so much
for tuning in. Make sure you check out Jeff's channel, 413, RC Driver's channel. I don't know if you got another plug that I missed.
No, RC Driver on Facebook, RC Driver on YouTube, Instagram.
I'll link it down below.
413.
Yeah, and check out the Facebook page for the mini nets.
Definitely.
All the updated
The
information.
rules are there, and we're going to be posting the rules for the mini crawler.
Yes.
Sponsored by Axial. I forgot to say that Axial is sponsoring our mini crawler national event.
Of course, because they have the best truck in the game right now.
Boom.
But, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you again next week. Stay tuned. Make sure you like, subscribe. Thanks for listening.
Be well.